The Zulu are Bantu ethnic group of southern Africa and the largest ethnic group in South Africa, with an estimated 10–11 million people living mainly in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. Small numbers also live in Zimbabwe, Zambia, Tanzania and Mozambique. Their language, Zulu, is a Bantu language, more specifically, part of the Nguni supergroup. Origins. The Zulu were originally a major clan in what is today northern KwaZulu-Natal, founded California, 1709 by Zulu Kantamla. In the Nguni languages, Izulu, Ilazulu, Lichulu means heaven, or sky. At that time, the area was occupied by many large Nguni communities and clans. Nguni communities had migrated down Africa's east coast over centuries, as part of the Bantu migrations, probably arriving in what is now South Africa in about the 9th century. Kingdom. The Zulu formed a powerful state in 1818 under the leader Shaka. Shaka, as the Zulu king, gained a large amount of power over the tribe. As commander in the army of the powerful Mthethwa Empire, he became leader of his mentor Dingiswayo's paramountcy and united what was once a confederation of tribes into an imposing empire under Zulu hegemony. Conflict with the British. On the 11th of December 1878, agents of the British delivered an ultimatum to 11 chiefs representing Cetshwayo. The terms forced upon Cetshwayo required him to disband his army and accept British authority. Cetshwayo refused, and war followed January 12, 1879. During the war, the Zulus defeated the British at the Battle of Isandlwana on the 22nd of January. The British managed to get the upper hand after the battle at Rorke's Drift, and subsequently win the war, with the Zulu being defeated at the Battle of Ulundi on the 4th of July. Absorption into Natal. After Cetshwayo's capture a month following his defeat, the British divided the Zulu Empire into 13 kinglets. The sub-kingdoms fought amongst each other until 1883, when Cetshwayo was reinstated as king over Zululand. This still did not stop the fighting, and the Zulu monarch was forced to flee his realm by Ziphebu, one of the 13 kinglets, supported by Boer mercenaries. Cetshwayo died in February 1884, killed by Ziphebu's regime, leaving his son, the 15-year-old Dinazulu, to inherit the throne. Infighting between the Zulu continued for years, until Zululand was absorbed fully into the British colony of Natal. Apartheid years. KwaZulu Homeland. Under apartheid, the homeland of KwaZulu was created for Zulu people. In 1970, the Bantu Homeland Citizenship Act provided that all Zulus would become citizens of KwaZulu, losing their South African citizenship. KwaZulu consisted of a large number of disconnected pieces of land, in what is now KwaZulu-Natal. Hundreds of thousands of Zulu people living on privately owned black spots outside of KwaZulu were dispossessed and forcibly moved to Bantustans. Worse, land previously reserved for whites contiguous to existing areas of KwaZulu, in the name of consolidation. By 1993, approximately 5.2 million Zulu people lived in KwaZulu, and approximately 2 million lived in the rest of South Africa. The Chief Minister of KwaZulu, from its creation in 1970, was Chief Mangosuthu Buthelezi. In 1994, KwaZulu was joined with the province of Natal, to form modern KwaZulu-Natal. Inkatha Yesizwa means the crown of the nation. In 1975, Buthelezi revived the Inkatha YaKwaZulu, predecessor of the Inkatha Freedom Party. This organization was nominally a protest movement against apartheid, but held more conservative views than the ANC. For example, Inkatha was opposed to the armed struggle, and to sanctions against South Africa. Inkatha was initially on good terms with the ANC, but the two organizations came into increasing conflict beginning in 1976 in the aftermath of the Soweto uprising. Modern Zulu population. The modern Zulu population is fairly evenly distributed in both urban and rural areas. Although KwaZulu-Natal is still their heartland, large numbers have been attracted to the relative economic prosperity of Gauteng province. Indeed, Zulu is the most widely spoken home language in the province, followed by Sotho language. The language of the Zulu people is isiZulu, a Bantu language, more specifically, part of the Nguni subgroup. Zulu is the most widely spoken language in South Africa, where it is an official language. More than half of the South African population are able to understand it, with over 9 million first language and over 15 million second language speakers. Many Zulu people also speak Afrikaans, English, Portuguese, Xitsonga, Sesotho and others from among South Africa's 11 official languages. Clothing. Zulus wear a variety of attire, both traditional for ceremonial or culturally celebratory occasions, and modern westernized clothing for everyday use. The women dress differently depending on whether they are single, engaged, or married. The men wore a leather belt with 2 strips of hide hanging down front and back. Religion and beliefs. Most Zulu people state their beliefs to be Christian. Some of the most common churches to which they belong are African-initiated churches, especially the Zion Christian Church and United African Apostolic Church, although membership of major European churches, such as the Dutch Reformed, Anglican and Catholic churches are also common. Nevertheless, many Zulus retain their traditional pre-Christian belief system of ancestor worship in parallel with their Christianity. Zulu religion includes belief in a creator God who is above interacting in day-to-day human affairs. Although this belief appears to have originated from efforts by early Christian missionaries to frame the idea of the Christian God in Zulu terms. Traditionally, the more strongly held Zulu belief was in ancestor spirits, who had the power to intervene in people's lives, for good or ill. This belief continues to be widespread among the modern Zulu population. Traditionally, the Zulu recognized several elements to be present in a human being: the physical body, the breath or life force, and the shadow, prestige, or personality. Once the moa leaves the body, the Izadunzi may live on as an ancestral spirit only if certain conditions were met in life. Behaving with Ubuntu, or showing respect and generosity towards others, enhances one's moral standing or prestige in the community, one's Izadunzi. By contrast, acting in a negative way towards others can reduce the Izadunzi, and it is possible for the Izadunzi to fade away completely. In order to appeal to the spirit world, a diviner must invoke the ancestors through divination processes to determine the problem. Then, a herbalist prepares a mixture to be consumed in order to influence the ancestors. As such, diviners and herbalists play an important part in the daily lives of the Zulu people. However, a distinction is made between white muddy, which has positive effects, such as healing or the prevention or reversal of misfortune, and black muddy, which can bring illness or death to others, or ill-gotten wealth to the user. Users of black muddy are considered witches, and shunned by society. Christianity had difficulty gaining a foothold among the Zulu people, and when it did, it was in a syncretic fashion. Isaiah Shem, considered the Zulu Messiah, presented a form of Christianity which incorporated traditional customs. Notable Zulus, politicians and activists: Nkosazana Clarice Dlamini Zuma, Chairperson, African Union Commission; Credo Mutwa, spiritual leader of the Zulu people; Pixley Kar Isaac Kasim, founder of African National Congress and the first black lawyer in South Africa; Jacob Zuma, President of the Republic of South Africa; Chief Albert Luthuli, President of the African National Congress and first South African Nobel Peace Laureate; King Shaka Senzangakona, founder of the Zulu Nation; Princess Constance Magogo Sibalil Mantathi Nangazanyakadi Zulu, artist and Zulu princess; John Langa Libalele Jube, first president of the African National Congress, founder of Olange Institute, educator; Mango Suthu Buthelezi, Inkatha Freedom Party founder and president; Ben Nabane, former SABC chairperson and former premier of KwaZulu-Natal. Jeff Radber, minister in the presidency for planning, performance, monitoring, evaluation and administration. Blade Namanda, Minister of Higher Education. Malusi Gigaba, Minister of Home Affairs. Nati Mthethwa, Minister of Arts and Culture. Sibusiso Ndebele, former Minister of Correctional Services and former Premier of KwaZulu-Natal. Zanele Kamagwaza MSIBI, Deputy Minister of Science and Technology, founder of National Freedom Party. Business and professional figures. Fathuma NH Leko, former Mountain CEO. Academics. Professor Nyabulo Ndebele, former University of Cape Town Vice-Chancellor and writer. Sport figures. Dr. Khumalo, soccer player. Lucas Radber, soccer player. Samkelo Radber, Paralympic runner and gold medal winner. Saifila Shabalala, soccer player.